coming to you live from Kenny's basement apartment where I had a hell of a week at work and Zach is sleeping in his little brother's bed because it's his new apartment. It's Sports Allegedly.
Welcome, everybody. Thank you for joining us on this 27th day of January. Sean, to my right, Zach, welcome back for the time being. Thanks for joining us for this episode of Sports Allegedly. We're going to talk a lot about coaching moves. We're going to talk a little basketball. We're going to talk a little less, a little basketball. But hell, let's just talk about the important stuff. We're in playoff
We can
time,
talk
folks.
about us being psychics. I did call the Saban retiring, and we've had other things that we've gotten right.
Yeah, you did. Going for a quick college, Sean did nail the what's his name, getting the head coaching job at South Alabama.
Yep, Major Applewhite.
Major Applewhite
And I
got
forgot who he
promoted.
brought in as his offensive. Oh, Petrino, Brian Petrino.
No. Paul.
Paul.
I love it. This guy, he knows mostly the last names, and those coaches are just wild. But anyway, hey, let's get.
I could care less about names.
We'll talk a little bit about.
Ask the women I've been with.
We'll talk about coaching as we move on a little later in this episode. But let's start with last week's playoff.
Last week tonight, because I spent a week at work, and
Yes, we're gonna move. Now we're moving back to the weekend.
We are the weekend
pods.
boys.
Yes, so we'll be talking to you guys Friday or Saturday nights instead of the Mondays.
Because Kenny doesn't like Thursdays.
Because the Thursday is very busy. Thursdays.
No, it's not.
But anyway,
It's Inola. No one.
let's talk. Yeah, whatever town. Let's talk about the Ravens, shall we?
Ravens. So
Now-
the game that the Houston Texans were supposed to have against the Browns happened against the Ravens.
Well, I mean, I hate to say that I called it, but I did.
The Buffalo is not going to the Super Bowl.
Oh, that was a different call.
Oh.
But no, I think what
It
happened.
is wrong. Write that up there.
No,
There's always a different call.
Yeah, Texans finished.
Texans didn't finish. That's the problem.
Finished 10-7. Hey, what a great year they
Oh,
had.
they finished for sure. I mean, mostly all rookies, rookie coach. I think they finished higher than anybody in this room, this state, their state.
And what is
Probably
that?
would have assumed.
What does that say about D'Amico Ryans as a coach? I mean, because he did come, and we talked about that. He came in to an almost polished team,
I think they had some talent.
almost finished.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm
did
saying.
some
So, like,
drafting.
I would give him the least amount of credit out of that whole team and stuff
Well, no,
like
I
that.
still coached him.
Oh, no, he's
to-
still great. Yeah,
yeah.
no. I just meant the least
I
amount
mean,
of credit out of all of them.
could Bill O'Brien? I mean, I heard he's back in the mix for. Where'd he go?
I don't know, but just a wasteful coach. Just a wasteful. But anyway, Zach, talk about the Texans. I mean, obviously they.
Well, do you also feel like in that
Craig's already
Texans...
starting this
What?
shit.
What now?
Did you feel like with the Texans in that game, I think about like third quarter, fourth quarter, I can't really remember, it's been a week. But they I feel like they did kind of give up, and they took that as like, I feel like they were just like,
They stayed with me. As I said, this was the game that I thought they were going to have against the Browns.
yeah.
But the Browns fell apart, as the Browns do.
Yeah, and I didn't think that. I
Yeah, I
picked
didn't think
Houston.
that
I
either.
picked
I think-
Houston in that game
I
too.
picked Houston in that
Yeah,
one, too.
and because I thought the Browns were a fraud anyway. I think they were a great defense. I thought Flacco was just riding on this wave of pure.
And
luck.
Kenny, if you guys don't already know, I mean, he just despises Flacco. So,
I do not. I do not.
He hates Flacco.
I do not.
so
no.
that being said,
He
no,
said
I think
he's
I
an
think
old
I think the
chum.
Texans did kind of give up. And I
Diddler.
think it was like an okay give up. You know, they're like, we had a great season, great run, fuck it. You know what I mean? I think they're just like, just kind of in that fourth quarter.
Well,
they're like,
okay,
you know,
so we've given all the love to Texans because I mean they do. I mean obviously CJ's going to probably win
oh,
Rookie
is
of
this
the
where
Year.
you go to the Ravens? How they beat up a rookie team?
Well,
know.
no, I mean I think that I think it's one team that everybody. I mean the Ravens had Sean. If you pull up their schedule, they did have a couple of odd losses throughout the year, but I mean
Baltimore?
Steelers.
yeah, the Baltimore, yeah, the Ravens.
Yeah,
and,
they couldn't beat St. Louis. They couldn't
and-
beat Baltimore.
They couldn't beat the Steelers because they faced them often.
The Colts.
Yeah.
Colts, Browns, they lost to everybody
people
in
in their
there except for the
division.
Bengals. The Bengals were the only team that
And
they
that
beat
was
twice.
without Joe Burrow. So,
was it that early? Was week 2? Was he already done?
well, they played twice. When was
Well,
the
no,
next
I know
one?
they played twice. They're
Okay.
obviously a division team.
All right.
But no, what I'm saying is I just don't think Baltimore's getting enough credit for being probably the most well-rounded team in the playoffs still left.
They are.
I mean, obviously they're the 1 seed, but does it seem that
Oh, okay. That's a little
Hold on,
Brock Purdy hate there a little bit.
How's that?
Niners are
stay
pretty
on.
well rounded as well, I would say.
Oh, I think they're lacking in one area.
Yeah. I
Very
know.
average in one area. I'm
Yeah.
just saying. You know,
Better than Baker.
And look at Lamar, 2 touchdowns. I mean, he did have a good running game then, but he's kind of toned down. I mean, let's give a lot of credit to Todd Bunkin, the new OC from Georgia they hired this year. I mean, that guy, and he's had some interviews for some head coaching job. Doesn't look like he's going to get one this cycle, but will next year.
Kenny's on the monkey train.
No, I'm just saying it's made a big difference. And you look at the offense that Georgia played in college, and they had very average quarterbacks.
How'd you do in fantasy football?
Are we correct on that? I mean, they were
6th, I think.
7th. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. No comments on that. No,
we know you're a loser.
No, I think
we know that your comments are shit.
No, I just think the media is
trash.
just really, really not focusing on the Ravens. I mean,
they
starting
are,
to
but they have been.
No, they really haven't. Because
Coward has called them to win the Super Bowl for like the last 8 weeks.
He's
Picks
not,
about one often.
He's not the media. No shit. He's not the media. And a second is it's not always about the Ravens. It's always about Lamar Jackson and the Ravens. That's always on his shoulders. I mean, the pressure against the Chiefs, we'll talk about that game upcoming, but I mean, it's not. The pressure is on him.
It was the Jackson 5, but it was also Michael Jackson and the other Jacksons.
No, but I'm saying that the Ravens, no one has given any credit to the defense.
Yes, they have.
No, they haven't. They all talk about Lamar and what he's going to do and if he's going to screw up the playoffs.
What are you listening to?
What is the power rankings, like just even ESPN for like the last
no one.
I've heard them talking about Roquan Smith having a great season. They just got Clowney in.
What's he done?
Edwards.
Clowney Edwards. Who? Yeah, exactly. No, they did sign, and then they signed Cook too.
Yeah.
I mean, they've talked about that.
The Kyle Van Noy, that was a good pickup.
But no, the one tackle, great. But anyway, I'm just saying, the focus on the playoffs has been all about the Cowboys. Now they're out. The focus has been on the Bills and Chiefs game.
Who was focusing on the Cowboys?
The media, the national media has been
the local national media.
Yeah, the local national media.
Kenny, you got to get out of it.
No, I'm just
stop listening to Cowards. Stop watching Channel 6, bro.
I know, but I mean, I listen.
This is John Stossel reporting.
Cowboys doing well again this week. Dak Prescott with another 400-yard game.
We're talking about the playoffs. The playoff momentum and the talk has not been on the Ravens. Hey, they're the 1 seed, and then they just move them past, and then that's it. That's all they. I mean, that's all they talk about.
Well, they haven't. They've beat a rookie team that everyone I think picked to lose. So we'll see what they do against the Chiefs, and then that momentum might change in the media for you.
Okay, now we'll talk about that because I want to bring that up because that's exactly what I want to talk about on the upcoming.
I'm going to tell you one reason why they're not focusing on Baltimore is because everybody was waiting on Dallas to fall apart, and they did, and then they waited on Philly to fall apart, and they did.
Well, I mean, they were falling apart anyway. I mean,
that's what I'm saying.
And like I said, I mean,
and now
you look at the weak defense.
You've got a Cinderella story in Detroit.
Those are both NFC teams, though. Was there any AFC teams that anyone thought was going to win? Wait.
Secret Buffalo picks.
Okay,
Buffalo's my sleeper this year. I'm telling you, dude. I'm telling you, they're going to coast right on past the Chiefs are done.
I made that pick when they were 6-6 in the myriad of a losing streak. They were 6-6 when I picked that. They were 500. You do realize the game before the last game of the season, they had to win to get in. And the last game, if they would have lost and someone else would have won, they'd have been the 7th seed. So it's a big difference when we're saying Buffalo at the beginning of the year.
You're saying a lot of words. And
they struggled.
I'm not listening.
Wait a minute. I forgot about his Miami jabbering and how that team was going to go deep.
I don't think anyone thought that. I didn't think it.
I thought they had the talent to do something in the playoffs.
This guy does, yeah.
Again,
too.
But
Tua, Tyreek, Tua.
Well, no, they had the worst matchup, though. You're talking about going to Kansas City at the coldest game and top 5 coldest game in history.
The guy from Hawaii is going to get it.
Yeah, I mean, you got a Miami. I mean, it was just a bad matchup. I mean, and no one picked them to win that game, and nor should they,
it's the fact that Miami just can't play in the cold.
Agreed. That's what I'm saying.
So no matter where they went, they were going to lose. Unless they went to Detroit. I think Detroit was the only dome team in the fucking
Well, they'd have had to play them in the Super Bowl there, Junior. But anyway.
Real quick, just kind of.
I'm saying in the playoffs.
I hate to just take a detour real quick, but I am curious. What do you guys think? Do you think that do you like the weather, or do you think that all teams should have a dome?
No, I like the weather.
I do too. I mean, I think a lot of people do think it's kind of unfair.
Because it gave Brock Purdy that nice push.
It's only for playoffs.
Last drive
for the playoffs, you dome it. Open it up for the regular season.
Oh, yeah, we'll talk about him. So anyway, So let's move on. The Ravens win easy. It was 10-10 at half. Everyone thought, wow, that's going to be a game, and it just turned out to not be. I think the better team obviously won, and they wore them down, and Zach's right. A little bit of that was –
But how
I'm not going to call
what did they
I'm not
win?
going to
Was
call
their
it
offense?
give
Was
up.
their defense?
I think they were very content with where they got.
Defense definitely lost in the game, and they're young.
But that defense that
The
nobody
defense
talks
is the only
about.
touchdown.
Exactly, but they gave up 34.
Yeah.
Oh, were you
no,
talking
it wasn't.
Houston?
It wasn't even a touchdown. No, it wasn't a defense touchdown. It was a run back.
No,
Special teams.
I think Baltimore. Yeah, I was gonna. Yeah,
Was it a punt
you're right.
return?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Because when that happened, I was like, oh boy, this is gonna be fucking close, and then nothing else
yeah,
happened.
right there. Sims did that punt return.
Wow.
That was it.
Yep.
Yeah, it was zero offense from a young team that, like I said, I expected that to happen in
Had
the
killer
Browns
offense the entire year.
game. Yeah. I expected that to happen in the Browns game, but instead it
C.J.
happened.
Stroud didn't get hurt. Would he be in the MVP conversation?
C.J. Stroud.
Not at all.
I don't think so.
Not at all.
C.J. You can't be as a rookie, can you?
Yeah,
Do they?
yeah. you
Do
can.
they let you?
I don't know if a rookie's ever won it.
I don't either.
But yeah, you can be in the consideration. But they ain't gonna pick you. It's just the way it goes.
Oh no, they won't.
No.
They can't give that.
All
to
right,
you.
now we're going to Kenny's favorite teams, the San Francisco 49ers and the Green Bay Man Lovers.
Speaking of giving up, wow.
You talking about Green Bay?
Yes.
Oh.
I mean, I don't know what happened.
Oh, I do. Green Bay, they suck.
Bears guy, dude. Have fun drafting Caleb Williams. Dude.
Shut up.
I don't even have to say. There's like no.
One, I hate you, and I hate Caleb
I have
Williams.
nothing to say about the Bears. It's like you guys will draft Caleb Williams, and I mean that's just.
I think the
there's
Bears
nothing
have
to
been
say.
pretty irrelevant since '85. They made one Super
40
Bowl.
years.
Bull, we've
40
been
years.
You made
relevant.
one Super Bowl on a whim, and everyone's like, "How the fuck?"
And how
this
many
team
Super
get
Bowls
here?
has Tampa made in that time?
They've won
Two.
two.
We've won 2 in that time.
So?
Okay.
Oh, you cheated to get one?
No, we didn't.
Yes, you
Did
did.
you not go to another one in there?
No.
Bill Callahan was giving you the plays.
Well, we won it. And no, it was John Gruden left and went.
Callahan was giving Gruden the
That's
plays.
it wasn't giving him, and they
He
just,
did.
They just
He
wasn't
changed it.
smart
Have you
enough
not
to
seen
do.
that conspiracy?
Whatever. You ain't won shit.
you
since
not
Yeah, you
seen
haven't
that
won it.
85 defense.
Doesn't
Woo!
matter. At least we don't cheat to win.
And that's an expansion franchise of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers
From
compared to the Bears.
1976.
Well, I'm just saying.
Yeah, for how
77.
historical you guys are.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Historically
Wow.
horrible.
Shit. Yeah.
Wow.
Anyway, back to the
Anyways.
Packers. Yeah.
Brock Purdy, game-winning drive. It was wet. It was a very wet game.
Yeah, I really can't bitch about Brock Purdy.
Game-winning handoffs.
Yeah, no shit in that one pass.
Yeah.
No, I mean,
They're like, and then the announcers, this guy's he's an elite. I mean, he's really just ahead of his
no,
time.
because what I did is
He's
like,
way better than Jordan Love
no,
there.
what-
Let's
what-
look at Love's numbers. 194, 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. 252, 1 touchdown, 0 interceptions. Only took 1 sack. Oh, wow, the sacks were terrible. 1 sack and no sacks. That's a non-sacking game.
no, I really thought that game. I thought Green Bay had that game won the whole game except the last 2 minutes.
Brock Purdy's got the number 1 running back, top 5 receiver, maybe, maybe 2 top 5
Well,
receivers.
who's going to win the?
Top five
Offensive
tight
line.
end.
Who's going to win the
Let's
MVP?
talk
Who's
about
going to win the
offensive
MVP?
line.
It's either going to be Lamar or Christian McCaffrey.
It's Lamar.
But no, but I say that's the either one.
That's the top 2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I mean, no, I thought Brock Purdy had a horrible game, very average. But I'm not going to blame him because I thought the weather was bad, and Jordan Love threw 2 picks. One of them I think was.
Look at all
I think one was
those
a tip.
fumbles.
And then one was the cross shoulder in the rain slipped. It felt like that's what it seemed like happened. Because I mean, it looked bad.
I know that what's his name? Shanahan came out and he was bitching about. He goes, our cleats are wrong, and so they had to
Yeah,
change
they did
cleats.
change, but I mean, it's their own stadium, so.
I
who
know that's
fucking
what I
knew?
didn't know. Who picked the cleats for that?
No shit, it should have been their own. That would have been.
That was
that should have been the
something curious.
advantage.
That was something curious that stuck
Whose
with
cleats
me.
was it?
That should have been the advantage.
Well, I
No,
don't know.
just should've
They
been
did. They went with shorter cleats for some reason.
But I generally don't blame the quarterbacks on bad weather games. I mean, I just don't. Now, this week when the 49ers play, the Lions, it's going to be 75 degrees and clear. So I don't want no excuses when Brock Purdy goes out there and lays an egg and Detroit wins.
Oh.
Goes Super
It's
Bowl.
kind of hard for him to do that though with what I just said though. I mean, top 5 receiver, top 5 tight end, number 1 running back.
Hey, I've been screaming this for
O-line.
2 years.
I
You
know.
just
I
join?
mean, no, that's what I'm saying.
Also, everyone, just in case you're wondering, Kenny's newest prediction is Brock Purdy will not win a Super Bowl in the
Well,
next
actually,
3
to
years.
say that, the Lions.
I didn't say that.
The Lions have a top 5 receiver.
No, but you want him to.
No, I
top
didn't.
5
You
running
want
back
to.
and the number 1 tight end.
What's that now?
I said, I mean, the Lions do have top 5 running back, top 5 receiver, and a number 1 tight end.
Not statistically.
One's been to a Super Bowl.
Porta is.
QB, I mean.
He said number 1, and he ain't the number 1 tight end in the league.
He is. I think
What
he
is?
is. Yeah.
Statistically, he really was.
Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah.
But yeah. But I mean, do you
Who do
honestly
you have to beat,
I mean, do you
Kelsey?
honestly think he is the
He was
best
true
one?
loving, bro.
No, I mean, do you think he is the best one?
No, it helps that you got him on Raw and all those receivers. I mean,
And that they have a high passing attack.
that's why Kelsey was so good when there was Hill there.
No, for sure.
Yeah, it helps him.
For sure.
But
But no, I mean, talking about this, I mean, it's got to be disappointing for Green Bay, one of the youngest teams.
What's that say, Kitty?
One of the
the
youngest
top
teams.
two. We have the top two
One of the
tight
young-
ends going against each other.
One of the youngest teams that went into the playoffs, and you know, they beat Dallas and they beat them handily. And I thought that
Absolutely, yeah.
it honestly, it was a good year. I would say a great year for the Packers. And I hate to say that because LaFraud, I think, is annoying as fuck. I think he's just so average.
But LaFraud yet
Now,
again.
did you see they fired their defensive coordinator though?
yeah.
And I thought that's what
That was one of their
kept
strongest.
them
yeah.
in this game. I thought his game plan against 49ers was
Why?
great.
Yeah. Why they fired? And it was very surprising to me. I didn't understand it.
Allegedly, Brandon Staley will be taking that job, the old Chargers coach. And I giggled.
Oh, you think it's some man love there? You think it's a little friendship type thing?
For sure.
The
There's a
McVay
connection.
tree.
Two
bro.
cute.
Yeah.
So now we're gonna have two cute boys on the sideline for Kenny.
Just two, I mean,
Cute boys.
and I called the Love deal too. You both shit on. You didn't as much as he did, but
This guy
I thought
said
Love.
200 yards overall.
You did. You,
So you,
did
switched,
shit on
you
him.
just switched that up.
No, you did. You
Yeah.
shit on him though too.
I said less than 2,000.
And what did he throw for?
More than 3,000.
Exactly.
Did
No,
win.
who cares? I mean, I
Didn't
thought.
win.
No, and then
Has the Bears quarterback ever thrown for more than 3,000?
No,
Look that
we
up real
looked-
quick.
we
We're a
didn't
running team.
Well, luckily you're getting Caleb
running from
Williams.
the playoffs for sure.
We're running from touchdowns.
Yeah, running from touchdowns.
We're running from wins.
backwards.
running towards an overrated QB.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Running to the number 1 pick. Can't wait for this one. God, draft night, guys. Just
It's-
get ready, fans. When draft night, we'll be live for
Oh.
draft night. It's gonna
Will
be
we?
glorious.
Yeah,
Really?
draft
How do
night
you
is
know I'm
like
not
what
working?
I'm ready for.
You're gonna need to take off because
Oh.
we gotta be. Your team has the number 1
Dude,
pick.
I've got a bunch of shit to do this year.
Draft night is like
That's not till, like, end of April.
It makes this fun.
No, I've got a lot of shit to do. I got to
So-
go to fucking
so-
wedding in Long Beach. I've got to
Well, who cares? But anyway,
I've got to go to Columbus.
So-
what do you mean, who cares?
so the 49ers take down Packers, and weather played a big factor, right?
Weather played a huge factor.
Let's move on to the next one. I mean, this was the game least likely to be talked about, and I thought it was one of the best.
Woo, Brock Purdy!
No, I
It was
just-
the best game.
Well, I thought it was.
I
Yeah.
love the Brock Purdy.
Well, that Bills one was good. We'll wait.
Now we're gonna go to the failure of all failures. Oh, Tampa Bay, old NFC Central rivalry. That 1976 expansion team. How did you do that? How did they lose, Kenny? Come on, Kenny, give us a breakdown of what went wrong in this game.
Well,
Baker Mayfield threw a game-sealing interception.
Okay, Colin Cowherd.
no joke.
I mean, that's it. There's nothing else to it. I mean, I understand there's a lot of
Well,
factors
they down- they
that
were-
make you don't have to run up and do
They
that
were
or
down by
whatever.
8.
Yeah, but still, it's like, when your quarterback needs to, play good, he didn't.
Clutch.
And that's
when
it.
your quarterback needs to be clutch.
Yeah, and he wasn't. And it wasn't one of the typical Baker, excuse interceptions. It wasn't a fucking tip. It wasn't anything like that.
It was a
He
bad
threw
one.
it straight to a defender.
Now, the first interception was a tip.
Yes.
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 That one was bad. No, I agree. And
They hung in there. It was very surprising they hung in there.
And Baker Mayfield's interceptions, he throws a lot of those that are kind of like excuse
I think it was
interceptions.
10th or 11th
Like
of the
bounces,
year.
like
10th
those
or
ones
11th
that
of
like
the
click
year.
off of other, defenders' hands or even his receiver's hands, and that causes it or whatever. But this one,
That was bad.
Real bad.
I just think he was looking at the other defender coming across.
And there's also no excuse
And
like Jordan
miss-
Love because there's no rain, there's nothing like that. I mean,
No,
it's just
I'm not giving him any. I'm not saying that he needs to have excuses
oh,
given to him.
he just asked what happened. That's what happened.
Well, no, I mean I think the defense for one give up.
NCDC is elite.
No, they give up 31 points. I think that the pass defense for the Tampa and for Detroit, you're going to see this. I'll talk about it in the upcoming game. Ain't getting any good. Neither one of these pass defensive teams are very good. They're not elite, and I think the Tampa's interior line has just been shit. Now the center's back, but I think the guards are very average. We got 2 pretty good tackles, but I just think that Tampa getting even the one win in the playoffs against the former defending NFC champion, which pretty much had about the same team, unless I'm missing somebody major that left the Super Bowl team and went somewhere else.
Fournette.
No. I'm talking about the Eagles by beating Tampa,
sorry.
beating them.
What is your defending NFC? What?
Oh, they're OC and DC.
Well, they beat
Pretty
the defending. They won a playoff game and they beat the NFC.
Oh, you're talking about
champs.
Philly.
Yeah, I'm talking about Philly, and that
Yeah,
team
you're
was.
talking about Philly on a downswing.
But it's generally about the same team
Man,
minus
just let
the
this
coaches.
guy give him a chance and he'll run. He's like, I think that team's falling apart.
I'm getting ready to talk.
I mean, we're talking
yeah.
about this team.
No, I know
this
that's what I'm
game.
saying, but
what
so
you guys talked about last week?
No, so Tampa. No, but you're missing my point. Is when I get into
What is the goddamn point?
to win one playoff game and even make it is a win for Tampa this year.
Okay.
Most people were picked for I mean, there was
Is it a win?
There was Caleb Williams
You really
talk.
should watch what you say as a Tampa fan when that happens, because if you see it as a win, just winning like that, some people might say, "Fuck, he won."
You'd rather just suck and get a better pick. or
No,
what?
he won one playoff game, so now we got to sign Baker, and you're stuck with this mediocre guy that's not clutching games, and you're gonna have him for 3 years.
Yeah, I don't. I see. I
While Godwin, Evans
Have you
age and retire.
have you watched
all
his-
the team ages and retires, and that's what you get.
But I mean, they're not going to sign him to over a 3-year
Well,
contract.
Kenny wants Brock Bowers there, anyways.
They're not going to sign him over to a 3-year contract.
Generational.
So for an NFL quarterback, and
I
he's
just said 3 years.
yeah, not over.
I just said
so.
3 years.
I don't think that's a big loss.
How
I mean,
long's Evans got?
4 to 5, I think.
Generational receiver, and that's bold too.
He's first ballot Hall of Famer.
I know.
Okay.
I'm agreeing, but
Okay.
to say 4 to 5 years, dude's old. I'd say maybe 3 tops.
Last 2 years, he's been injury free for the most part.
Okay.
Remember, he's had injuries.
He hasn't
prior
had
to
a down year yet.
Do
I
you
mean,
think
it's
he's
coming.
drinking his milk and his bones are and osteoporosis isn't setting in?
No, I think
It's
he's.
the tattoos, dude.
No, I just think he's one. And there's another.
the ink. It's
No,
power.
there's another. That's another underrated guy. He's a first ballot Hall of Famer that gets no love.
I'm bringing up the argument because I mean, a Tampa fan could say that could go both ways. It's either hey, you sign this guy for 3 years, and it's like we can build the pieces around Baker.
Okay, well,
you're
no.
Baker Love. Or it's like you guys could have went about 5 and 12, and it's like
And then
Baker's
no,
not
hold on.
workout.
No.
And then you picked up Caleb.
No. You would have won about 5 or 6 games and got one of these shitty quarterbacks in this draft, guys. Most of these quarterbacks in this draft will not pan out to be NFL stars. I'm just telling you.
Kenny,
I've said that from the beginning.
You say that every year, and I'd like our fans to know and everyone to know that it is easier to bet against someone than for someone. So
last year's
what
rookie-
you say, is
well,
the
you
used to
obvious
bet for
fact
your
to
dad.
say.
Rookie class last year.
Him going out of his way to say, "I'm telling you guys, they're not going to be that good." It's like, well, I mean, that's the safe bet.
It is, and I was wrong on
the
one.
bold bet is saying
I
that
was
hey,
wrong-
this person might be pretty good.
I was wrong
Do I know who
on-
that is? No. Do you? No.
Honestly, the only one that I think could potentially be good. I don't like his size, but I think Penix could be. If he fits the right scheme, I think he could be pretty
That's
good.
interesting you say that because
Now,
I
Bo
called
Nix-
him to win a
now, hold on.
Heisman
Now, Bo
and
Nix-
to be in the Final Four.
Now, Bo
He
Nix-
did one of those.
Now, Bo
almost
Nix-
won a national title.
Now-
And you said, well, you won't even get drafted in the second round, dude. He's like injury prone, 2 ACL tears. And I just feel like it's weird you've changed your tune on that one.
Well, then I didn't say that. I didn't say that he was.
Sorry.
Going,
Well, I'm glad to be back. It's been a while.
No, I didn't say that he was going to be though. That's my whole point.
Well, I think of it like this. He's tore 2 ACLs. It's like, what's left to tear?
Yeah.
MCL, PCL.
Oh, he's tore those. I mean, he's tore
Tampa.
everything.
No, but going back to Tampa could still draft a quarterback later. They could do the Bo Nix
Bo
route.
Dix?
The what?
Them big old
No, I
dicks.
mean-
Bo Dick.
Or they could pick
the Dick
someone.
boys.
They could pick someone 4th, 5th round. But I think that going into a starting season next year, that no one in the draft right now or a free agent quarterback is better than Baker Mayfield.
We
and he
haven't
fits.
addressed the fact that
And he's gonna get
Craig
cheaper.
is
And that's a safe bet. It
Craig
really is.
Craig is dogging Baker Mayfield. But how many?
He actually texted me
how many,
right before the
How many
interception.
Texas quarterbacks are in the league playing as starters?
Oh hell, I can't remember any of them.
When's the last time one did?
Vince Young
yeah,
did.
A year maybe?
Yeah.
Oh, maybe.
Oh,
Yeah.
sorry,
Couple
Craig.
games.
Yeah.
Sorry, Craig. Hey, Craig. Chris Sims is still available.
Let's go Bijan. Hey, he's killing it out there.
Yeah, he's generationally murdering it.
All right, so Lions beat the Bucks. This is about how I thought this game would go. It wasn't a blowout. I thought it might be a little higher scoring.
What did we?
I like a gunslinging situation.
Somebody, you had it really low.
What did we pick?
You were low. You're like 15
What have
to
you done
10.
to your hand? Why is it bleeding?
You had 15 to 10. And
That's close. 30.
And I had it 31-27.
27.
No, I wasn't too far off. But
What do you get
Hey.
in Baltimore? 38-17, 24-20.
we picked the winners there. So, all right.
Yeah, but didn't I pick 38-17, and that was close to what it was.
This
for Baltimore, 34-10.
Oh, well, okay. Don't care.
Why do you not
We
fucking
both
care?
picked. I was just saying we did our picks.
Okay, what was the other game? What was the which one's that? Is that 49ers?
That's Houston.
Oh, that's how is that Houston? What is that? It can't be. We can't have Houston and Baltimore.
Oh, sorry. Who was the H? Who's the other
Is that
team?
supposed to be 49ers?
No, this is right here.
Oh, that's 49ers.
Yeah, this
what
is
was that?
KC and the Bills.
34. What did you have? 34.
This
I
is
had
the
34-20, and it was 24. Oh, 24. Yeah, we both
Mm-hmm,
sucked on that. So that's gonna be the Bills game. Or is that the Bills game?
This was Houston.
Okay.
Yeah. No, this is the Bucks and this is Houston. But we both picked the Bills. Or I'm sorry, the Ravens.
Oh, okay.
Just picked it a lot closer.
All right, I'm totally confused by you.
Which is funny because you picked Houston with the spread and you took them on your picks. You took Baltimore. You changed your mind. I kept my Houston pick.
Did I?
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember.
Oh, I was the only one to pick Houston.
And you were the only one to lose that.
No, I won that.
Houston? You talking about the week before?
Oh, that was the week before. What was the one game that was really off this week? That I picked one and no one else picked it.
I don't remember.
Zach, what pick did I nail this week on the picks that we joked about?
The Texans won. I picked.
Did everybody pick Houston and I was the only one to pick Baltimore?
I picked Houston.
I don't remember. Nobody cares. All right, now moving on to. Good God,
I know.
ladies and gentlemen, you are witnessing a whale sitting down. It's like he's breaching the water.
There's not enough room with these two back here.
Oh, there's enough room. Are you kidding? You comfortable?
I'm very comfortable.
I'm comfortable
actually.
too. All right, now the game that everybody was waiting on, the most exciting game of the weekend, last weekend. Kansas City, Buffalo came down to a missed field goal to go into overtime. Should have even came down to that. These guys were just trading points all game.
Real quick, just want to add one thing about this game.
God damn it.
Let's not forget about the gift that was given to the Bills before the whole, we say the DeMar thing. We're like, God, coach is so dumb for that one. The Chiefs should have scored on that weird, and they were gifted a chance to
touchback.
stay into that game.
Touchback.
Yeah, to stay into that game, and they blew it. I mean, the Chiefs, the game should have been 34-24. Oh, okay, and then you take away the DeMar stupid play, and then it would have been 31-34. So still a field goal, but there's no chance. I mean, they were given gifts beyond gifts. They're like, Allen can't lose again to Mahomes. And they're like, no. Taylor Swift Super Bowl.
No, but they led at halftime, though. So, I mean, you really can't say that was so far off as Buffalo was leading at halftime.
I know, but since these two have started playing each other, they're
then after
even
the third,
in points. They're even in points scored against each other.
Yeah.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Yeah, look at those
Like, it was
games,
like
how many times someone
126.
leads or whatever.
I believe it was 126 points scored in the last 6 meetings or something.
Bills have not beat them.
But yeah, they have the equal amount of points. So now we're 3 points off.
It hurts to be a Bills fan.
Kicker missed the
No, it was national.
missed the 44-yard field goal at the end, and I thought the play. I think they got the ball with 5 to 6 minutes left in that game.
Oh, I forgot about that.
and
They had the field goal.
Yeah, and
Tyler asked.
Yeah, and then I thought that what happened though is they really
People dog kickers.
no, but
you try it?
it wasn't
Why
the
don't you get out there and
wasn't
try
the-
it?
But it wasn't the kicker's fault.
Lot of tubs.
I really thought the Bills were so afraid of giving the ball back to Kansas City. They run this really weird slow down. We're
Are
just
you talking
gonna
about the DeMar thing?
No,
No,
we're
just
talking about
the
the
last
offensive
drive.
play,
I
the
got you
last
to get out to
drive.
the field goal.
and it's like, okay, you guys, if you watch this game, if you got to watch it all,
I did,
it was
and
early,
I was
scoring fast.
Yes.
And the Bills were doing it fast, running the ball, pounding
field
it.
goal confused me as well.
And then
I was
all of
like,
a
don't
sudden-
they still have like an
Nope.
hour left?
And then all of a sudden it turned into, we don't want Mahomes to have the ball back, so we're going to play the time instead of playing the
Because they
score.
think in the conference that they can say stuff like that, like, well, we learned from our mistakes to not give him the ball back.
Well, they're
and
still
stuff
going to
like
give
that,
him
but
the
it's
ball back if they go into overtime. That's a 50-50 shot.
Did they change those rules because of that game?
No, you
In the playoffs?
you get to, if you score a touchdown, you're won.
Game's
Are you
over.
sure it
Yeah.
didn't change in the playoffs?
I don't think so
I
in
thought
the
they
playoffs.
changed it
Oh,
because
did
of
they?
that Mahomes and Bills
Oh,
game.
they did talk about that.
Yeah.
Maybe you can Google that. I don't know. I think
don't have a computer
I think
in front of me.
you have a phone, and I think the overtime rules in the NFL are just dog shit anyway. So.
Well, I think they do those in the regular season, almost like hockey.
Regular
Keep 'em-
season is if you score a touchdown, game's over.
No shit.
Yes.
If
But the
you
playoffs.
field goal, the
other guy
next
gets a
team
chance.
gets a chance.
you just
They
keep going.
score.
No, it's
But
like if they
after
score a
that
touchdown
first-
in the playoffs, I thought it was the other guy gets a chance.
After
to
the first series, a field goal will
win it.
win it.
But it wasn't the touchdown just wins, which is the regular season, but that's not it in the playoffs.
I got you.
I thought they changed it. They might have not. I don't know.
Well, they actually talked about that, Zach. I remember, but I didn't pay attention because I knew this shit wasn't going to the playoffs or into the
1:15, 15, the same as into the first half. Each
That
team
would be the
gets
time.
3 timeouts.
So my whole thought was I thought that they played scared, to be honest.
They did.
What'd that say? Approved new overtime rules
Yes.
on March 22. Large interaction of public.
Okay, sweetheart. We're trying to get to it.
Yeah,
Because it
says
was
right there.
bullshit.
Yeah, both teams will get at least one possession, even if the first team scores a touchdown.
Yeah.
Good
And the
deal.
reason why is because,
Okay.
this team, they go back and forth throwing touchdowns the whole game, and then it's like, well, they go to overtime. They're like, it's whoever gets the coin toss. Because, their defense it was just an offense game. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but I think if you're going to change it for the overtime in the playoffs, you need to change it in the regular season.
Well, I think it's more for, like I said about hockey, it's just getting people home, just get it over with, it's done. You know what I mean?
Is it done, though? I
Yeah.
mean, look how important it is now when you only have one bye for the whole. You know what I mean? Look at how the advantage that Baltimore and San Francisco
Does
have now.
NCAA overtime, is that more entertaining than NFL?
Oh, definitely more entertaining.
Even though they do it. And more fair.
Shorter
Is
field.
it fairer? Fair?
Oh, yeah, it's more
fairer?
fair. More fair.
More fair?
More fair.
Most fair?
Yeah. Yes, it is more fair.
Who is the most fair?
I am!
No, but I think it is. But I just thought that Buffalo played scared that last fourth quarter
They
in
really
the
did.
drive.
They did on the
They
very...
were worried about the time
Even
before they were
on the
worried about the
last
score.
drive.
Well, I felt like, what's his face? Well, never mind.
I didn't understand why they went
I mean, would you rather
for-
hold on? Would you rather be up 31-27 and give Mahomes the ball back with 3 points or 3 minutes
Minute
left,
left. Yeah.
than having your kicker who has not kicked well that night? If you watch some of even his extra points,
Yeah,
No,
he-
hey, by the way,
they
nobody
were
cooked
leaning.
good this whole weekend. Your
but,
guy
you know,
missed like two.
Look, yeah, he sucks.
Packers
And,
missed one to tie it.
no, but hey,
Don't
look
forget
at
about
Kansas
that.
City's field. Hey, look at. I think Kansas City. Did he make 1 or 2 field goals, Sean?
He did, he missed one.
Butker, is it Butker? Yeah, he was 2 for 2 and had a 47. That guy was nailing it there. Tyler Bass was not. Even the extra points, I know he made 3-3, but if you watch that game, they were all
close.
leaning to
They
the
were
right.
close.
He was pushing everything to
Pushing!
the right.
I want to see you get out there and do it.
No, I can. I'm not blaming him. It wasn't his fault. I thought the coaching was just shit. I thought they worried about the time and
No,
not
you're
giving.
definitely right. If you would have coached correctly, he would have never even had it.
Exactly. They just should have kept doing what they were going to do.
Well, it's starting to get to
And they're
the
winning.
point where it's like, I understand Josh Allen. It's kind of what you're saying. I know he throws a lot of turnovers, but is it a coaching issue? Time to let that guy go? Or
I think it is. I think he's going to have one more year. And
you got to do something because Josh Allen is wasting his potential. You know what I mean? When you're going to an AFC
course-
Championship game or losing to the Chiefs each year is what he does.
well, and that's a tough, and that's tough. I mean, that's tough to judge that.
And I
Because
want to
it's
say that
generational.
Cooley has never said that Josh Allen will not go to the Super Bowl.
I did not. I
I'm
said
the
Joe
one that said
Burrow
that.
would never go to the Super
I
Bowl
said
with the
Josh
He
Bengals.
Allen.
also said Jalen Hurts wouldn't go back. With
I
it.
was getting ready to announce that later, but thank you.
No, you said that
Oh,
already.
did I last week? Okay, Jalen Hurts will never make
You
it to the
said that
Super Bowl.
already.
Okay.
Yeah, I said Josh Allen would never ever get
He
to the Super
did.
Bowl.
Yes,
Yeah.
he did.
Well, it looks like everybody's winning.
He's a little kind of gives me
He's
sense.
what is he?
Made it to
25 or 6?
They give me cowboy vibes.
He's 28,
man.
isn't he?
Clutch games. they
Whatever.
just
He's young. He's
screw it up.
young for quarterback age. No, but I mean, I think.
What are you old for a tight end?
No, you're just once you hit 35 for any other player, 30 by a running back standard, and then everything else it starts.
I think 15 by running back standards.
Well, I think Mike
Too
Evans is
old.
35 and he's got 5 years left, so we're good.
What?
I think
Well,
Mike Evans
he's
is
dogging
35
Mike
and he's
Evans
got
again.
5 years left.
He's
so-
30 or 31, and I
Is
said
he
he's
really
got
that?
4 to
Is he
5
that
years.
young?
Yes.
Please look that up.
He's 30 or 31.
I think we did one day, and
Is Mike Evans really that young?
Okay, so Josh Allen's just a year older
27.
than you, Zach. Okay.
Look at what I've done. This guy's been in like 2 AFC championships.
Well,
But never a Super
hold
Bowl,
on.
motherfucker.
hold on.
Loser.
Let's look at what he's done. He does not do Jiffy Mart. He has not done the Dollar General.
No,
Josh Allen would definitely make it to
Mike
Nevada.
Evans is 31. 31. I would go 31.
Mike Evans.
You know what? Sometimes you fat finger. 30.
30. Damn, he is young.
Oh, 30. Okay, thank you. Yes, thank you. So it'd be 31 this year.
Potentially, yeah,
You
you're
said
right.
31.
He could have 5 years left.
I said 30 to 31, dude. I thought
August
he'd already turned
21st.
31. Okay, so he's 31 this year. Good for me.
When did he get drafted? He had to get drafted young then, because
I think
remember
he
his
was
season or
19.
whatever was like 9 or 10 with 1,000 yards. So that's why I thought he was older.
He's had 10 straight years with 1,000+ yards.
Yeah, that's why.
a record.
That's why I
yes.
thought he was older.
He was drafted in 2016.
No, he wasn't.
Where was his draft? Where is that draft? What did that say?
He come out of A&M.
Yeah, we know he came out of A&M, you donkey. He was drafted in 2014.
Okay, well.
And then 2 years later...
I'm sure all the Mike Evans fans listening to this
10
podcast
years.
really care about that. Yeah. 10 years of 1,000 yards.
Why didn't we think that?
So,
Then he married a white girl.
so what's it?
Because when he gets out, go leave your ass for a white girl.
Let's move on to the playoffs tomorrow.
So take your money when I'm in need.
I don't know what that means, but anyway. All right, moving on.
I'll see a gold digger.
Let's talk about the. They could have been high school sweethearts.
Only know Pearl Jam and Death Cab for Cutie.
I only know
The
Imagine
song,
Dragon.
I know the song. I said I don't know what his story's going.
I only
with,
like
right?
Coldplay.
Because in the song it goes, when he gets on, I'll leave your ass for a white girl.
Yeah, I know. All right, moving on. Let's talk about the. I don't know. I think the most potential boringest game
Is
not
Ravens
this one.
Chiefs.
So, anyways, you went to the wrong one. Let's talk about the Lions and
Ravens
49ers.
Chiefs.
I honestly think this is the only game that could be a butt kicking. I mean, I could see this one getting nuts.
No.
You don't
no,
think so?
disagree.
Even about Detroit
No.
and Niners?
I think Detroit is way better than Green Bay, and I think Detroit's going to pull this one out and head to a Super Bowl. And I think it's going to be
I think the
wild.
butt kick is going to come
And-
from
I
the
didn't say that they
Ravens.
were going to.
And
I
here's,
wasn't
and
picking
here's
that.
what
I
it
said
comes
it's the
down
one
to. It
game
comes
that
down
could
to
turn.
two things. What's actually the same thing. Each team's running back, running defense. I mean, that's just it. Can you stop Christian McCaffrey? And then Ken Gibbs tear it up like Aaron Jones? Because I think Gibbs is better than Jones. And Jones fucking ate that defense up.
Well, both. So the.
It was very strange to watch Aaron Jones run.
Well, you talk about the.
Oh, I mean, and run. Like
And
open
run.
field run.
Oh, there he goes. Takes a 30-yard run.
And which I think that's a lot of respect to what's-his-face, though. Love. I mean, they obviously...
Well, that's a lot of
play action.
That's a lot
Yeah.
of respect to that offensive line, too.
Well, both tied the league in rushing touchdowns. San Francisco and the Lions this year. They're tied for the lead in rushing touchdowns. You got McCaffrey's got 14, and you've got Montgomery and Gibbs
What about
13
throwing
and 10,
touchdowns?
respectively. Didn't look that stat up. I just thought that was interesting because that's exactly where I was going.
I find
with.
that interesting.
No,
'cause-
that's where I was going with this because it is all going to be about the run game in this game.
It is.
That's what's going to decide it. But here's the deal. I think the weak link.
Honestly.
Hold on.
only one. Brock Purdy had one more touchdown
hold-
than
That's interesting. Hold
No.
on. What was the yards?
Goff.
Oh, boy.
428 to 457.
God, look at that QB percentage, though.
Well, and you look at those picks as far as he threw it 600 times versus the 444. So that shows you the yak means a
What?
lot.
Oh, yeah.
So
Got
there-
you.
he threw almost 200 more attempts
Yeah.
than Purdy did, which means a lot of short down, tight end stuff. That's why Laporta had such good stats. And then you've got Purdy, who's got the 49ers have led. That was the most yak, I think, since 2017 that a team's done in the NFL. So that
Why does
means.
he keep saying yeah?
But no, I'm just saying.
Hey, but also...
Kenny cannot get off the yak with Brock Purdy.
The receivers is pretty cool. but
No other quarterback yaks.
I know that Derek Montgomery, you're looking at that, the 13, 14
Derek.
touchdowns.
Not Derek. David.
What's his name?
Yep.
What is it?
David.
David, sorry.
He's a running back.
That is him. Oh, yeah.
And Chris.
Yeah, David Montgomery.
Curtis McCaffrey.
The 1,000 yards, 13 touchdowns. How many did Gibbs have on top of that?
I just said 10.
Gibbs had 10?
Yes, he had 10
Why is he
touchdowns.
How many
talking about a
yards?
barrel?
I didn't look at the yards, but I said that those two teams.
Well, that's interesting.
You're talking
I
at a
already
barrel.
I
How do you know?
told him
Oh, there
that,
you
too.
go.
I think
Because I said, that's interesting. I said,
Gi-
who's backing up McCaffrey?
Gibbs
And,
did
you know,
not get 1,000. He was really close. I think he got 900. That's my guess.
Well, it looks like right there from David Montgomery and
That's
Gibbs
what was that,
and
200?
Goff and what he's doing, it's a higher offense team, so that defense better put their shit together. Because I think the Lions can win. I do. And I think that coach is better. Shanahan? Andy Reid will eat your lunch, bro. I'm just saying. Harbaugh? End you. Nothing.
Well, big talking tonight.
You call LaFraud, and then Shanahan, same coaching tree. They do the same shit. NFC
Shanahan
Championship
took
games.
the Falcons and Matt Ryan to a Super Bowl and should have won it.
Matt
And he
Ryan
took the
and
Niners
Julio
to a
and
Super
Quinn
Bowl.
did.
Okay.
Chill out.
No, but I mean, that was one of the best offenses in the league, and he was the coordinator. It's how he got the
Name
job.
other people that was
Elijah
on that
Mitchell.
offense.
Elijah
We talked
Mitchell.
about
I
this.
know.
You just talked about that. But I'm just saying, that makes him sound even better.
Elijah
Zach.
Mitchell, how'd he do? I know it does.
He didn't do bad. He didn't McCaffrey it, but he didn't do bad.
Oh, are we looking at stats that no one's heard of on the fucking goddamn 49ers? Nobody cares.
So
You're
who are
supposed
you
to look
going
up
for,
Gibbs.
Lions or Niners? Who you got?
Who am I going for? Who I think's going to win? Going for the Lions, but I think the 49ers pull it out.
I think
Well,
the
this is
Lions
postseason.
win, and I'm going for them.
I
I think the fact that the Packers even got that close. Either here's what's going to happen: practice this week was rough, and they're gonna come out there and kill
Now
the Lions.
I'm not predicting this, guys. I said this game has the potential to be a runaway. I could see the 49ers winning by 14, 17 points.
I think Goff has something to prove.
Yeah,
That
he
he's not
proves that he's not
first
that good.
string. Yeah.
And he got traded for a purpose, and the team
I
he
love
got.
Goff. I think Goff's great.
No, hey, I love the story. I mean, I'm rooting for
The
the
story,
Lions.
without the story, I mean, I think he's really good, first overall, and I think the Rams cut him for a better quarterback. They did. But to say that Goff couldn't have done that next year, I think there's more of an emotional thing going on in that room more than, what's-his-face was so much better.
Oh, no, there was something.
They treated him a little like shit, and I think he played like one bad season. They were like, see ya.
Save that for later. But
Yeah.
I agree.
Wait, who
Tear
had
back up.
one bad season?
No,
Goff.
but yeah, well, no,
With
and
the Rams.
but I mean, he
Well,
went
his
to the
rookie
Super
season
Bowl the
was
year
okay.
before.
Huh?
He
His
went
rookie season was okay.
Yeah, he went to the Super Bowl.
And he went to a Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Lost to Brady by 7 points. It happens, bro.
Yeah,
Ask
'cause
Mahomes
he's the
about
best.
that. He lost by 40 to
Yeah.
Brady. Like,
That was that defense, though. That Tampa D just shut them down. But no. So honestly, I'm leaning.
You're definitely leaning because
I'm leaning the 49ers in this one.
I'm going to go Lions. I like the coach more, obviously. The rest of America does, too.
What's his name?
They don't like that guy sitting on.
Don Campbell.
Motors. What do I always call
No,
him?
Dan
Motor City,
Campbell.
Motor City Mike.
Motor City Mike.
Yeah, Motor City Mike.
No, I mean, I think that, a couple things I want to talk about is 67% of the players on the 49ers.
Oh my God, you fucking.
Are you about to bring up the stat?
Yes, 67% of the players.
Folks, we've heard this 4 times
No,
today.
you have it. 67% of the 49ers players have won the same amount of playoff wins as the Lions had in the Super Bowl era.
What does that have to do with this new
Well, hold on.
error
Well, hold
with
on.
Mike?
Yeah. They've played in 4 NFC championships since 2019. The 49ers have.
Beat the Packers 4 of them.
And the Lions have never made the Super Bowl. Can you name me the 3 other teams that haven't made the Super Bowl in their history?
The Browns.
That's one.
Jaguars.
And
That's
the
2.
Texans.
Jags.
And there's another one.
Texans.
And the Texans, 3. So that's 4. So
And technically, those last 3 are expansion teams.
no, correct. And that
Yeah, the Lions is really the bad
I'm
one.
showing you how bad. I mean, the Browns the
Browns.
Bears are becoming the old Lions, if you know what I'm saying.
Browns
That's
are
what
technically an expansion team.
No, the
too.
Bears is what I'm saying. The Bears are starting to turn into the Lions of
Oh,
old.
we've got titles. We've got titles out the ass.
Oh yeah, then. But I'm saying,
Oh yeah,
right
you've
now.
got the Cleveland Indians or the Guardians. You've got the Chicago Bears. I mean,
What are
I'm
you
just
talking-
going
what are you talking about?
respectfully out of each league. They're worse.
Detroit Lions also have 11 straight road playoff
Hey,
losses.
you know what? I love when the Guardians succeed because they fail.
I mean, it was the Lions until this year, but I mean, the Lions and
For what?
Browns have both won a playoff game, and Bears just.
Yeah, 11 straight road playoff games losses for Detroit. So they're on the road here, and it's one of the first pick versus last pick in the draft, and it's going to be interesting. Zach talked about the first
We
pick.
went to the playoffs with Nagy.
Yeah,
Yeah, I don't
lost on a
think-
muff punt.
Yeah.
Or a
I think we won one
that was a
playoff
field
game.
goal. No, you missed it.
Oh, no, that was Philly. That was the
With
season
Khalil
after.
Mack.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That was
real
Philly.
bad.
That was the season
You
after.
guys actually had some good
And it was
defensive
like,
players.
oh my god, I think we're gonna do really good. Kicked it.
Well, that's
and
when we
just
like-
the double,
Trade that
the
son of a
double,
gun.
the double doink.
Cody,
yeah.
Cody Parkey, I think he's kicking on Carolina right now.
Yeah, he shouldn't be kicking at all.
Yeah.
All right, picks. Sean, what do you got on this game? Give me a score.
I'm gonna take Niners 34-17.
That's safe.
Okay.
Yak and a lot of yak.
A lot of yak.
Oh, the yak.
Zach.
I'm going Lions 27-24.
I'm gonna take a Baltimore schlacking too.
Oh, I'm going Chiefs as well.
34-17 for that game.
I'm gonna go 38.
We're looking.
I'm gonna go
We're
38-27.
looking.
Chiefs.
Niners. We haven't even talked about the game. We're just doing the picks
Okay.
for this game. 38-27. Niners win, and I'm rooting for the Lions. I think honestly, Sean, I'm going to give credit to Brock Purdy. I think he's actually going to have a good game. I think the defense for the Lions secondary is the worst they've got. The only way they win this game, you talked about running the ball, and I think that's
It's
correct.
Purdy being good.
It's
not
the
throwing.
pressure on Purdy from the defensive line
Yeah.
and what the defense is going to do in the front
Which is going to
seven.
force them to run, and then if you can stop McCaffrey, then you got it.
Pressure.
Yeah, I think that's going to be the key. All right, moving on. Let's talk about the Chiefs and Ravens. Now,
Boring game.
you think so? I think this will be closer than the
Boring.
other.
It's going to be real close.
Unless
Yeah.
Jason Kelsey's there. Boring game. And Swifty. It's my
Well, I'm
jam.
sure they'll all be there.
I did text you the new name for Kansas City. It's the Kansas City Swifties.
Go ahead and just mark mine down right now. 34-31 Chiefs.
Hold on. Let's talk about this game.
21-17.
Like I said before, I think the
He'll ask us again.
I
Just write it down.
think
Write it
because
down.
I'm busy
You're
and
gonna
talking
ask
with my hands. I think the Ravens. I think the Ravens have the most pressure on them right now. Lamar Jackson won out of 4 games. He's only beat the Kansas City Chiefs once. So that's he's
By a point.
1-3 against
1
the
point.
Chiefs. Chiefs really have nothing to lose. I mean, everyone's talked shit on them all year that they've been down comparatively of what they have been.
Kelce?
Huh? Well, and Jason Kelce last game, I mean, that's great. He had 2 touchdowns, but the 7 games, or I'm sorry, Travis. But the,
I got him.
Who?
Travis.
Who?
But the 7 games before, he had 0 touchdowns. So he finally showed up the last game and got a couple touchdowns. I think the Rice rookie is going to be huge.
Are you more upset that he showed up in the playoffs and not during the regular season?
Oh yeah, he screwed me. Yeah. I mean, I wasted a number 2, my second round pick on this guy that went for 7 games without a touchdown. But anyway, but no, in Mahomes, I mean, 27.
He was in love.
27.
With the Swifties!
27. He's got 14 interceptions this year. Pacheco, I thought had a really good game against the Bills. Actually, Pacheco. Sorry, I was thinking Panko, but anyway, no, I thought
I love Panko.
Pacheco had a hell of a game against the Bills. I know stat wise,
This whole team is middle of the road all goddamn season, and then in the playoffs
Also,
they turn
I
it
feel
on.
like the
They're
second
not
guy,
dropping the football.
Hilaire, who they drafted in a first-round pick,
Had to bring back
and I think he does really well as a backup. He fills the void. I think
Hilaire,
he's doing really well.
who they used,
Hey,
won a
Sean,
Super
who
Bowl
was
with,
yeah?
and then got rid of Edwards.
No. Who was the first game the Chiefs beat?
McKinnon.
No,
Is
Chiefs
who
beat.
you're
What was
thinking.
the
It's
first?
McKinnon.
What was the first playoff
Edwards.
game the Chiefs beat? Oh, it was the cold game, Miami. I thought Hilaire had a really good game.
He
in
did.
that one.
He did.
Yeah,
He's
that's
had,
what I'm
he's had
saying.
a great playoff.
I don't know what he did in this second one.
I
'cause
don't either,
didn't
and
think-
that's what I was
I
actually
thought.
thinking of. I thought it was this one, but you're right.
It was the
was
one
the
before.
Miami, yeah.
I thought he
Because I was
really,
listening on the radio, and all I
Yes.
could hear is Hilaire. I was like,
No,
God.
I thought Pacheco had a hell
So
of a
you're
game.
supposed to be delivering, and you're listening to the
I was
radio.
on my way to the next stop.
No, so I thought he had a hell of a game.
On my way to the bar.
Yeah, exactly. Not coming tomorrow.
That's my last stop.
I mean, Chiefs. Obviously, if you look at it, they remind me of I talked about this. I talked to Zach. We might even talked about it on the podcast. I thought that the Bills would kind of get over that hump with the Chiefs because it was always like the Chiefs with Brady and the Patriots. And
Whoa, don't steal. That's what I was about to say. Don't steal this shit from me.
I've talked to you about
No,
this.
I'm the one that told you this yesterday in the warehouse. Don't steal that from me.
Dude, I think it was on last week's
No,
podcast. You didn't steal nothing, but anyway.
You
no,
probably
it's-
said it last week. But
Oh, thank you. So you listened.
No, after you
For-
took it from me
for-
2 weeks ago. What
You
I'm
just said
saying
you
is,
said it last week.
I just can't fight fire.
what I'm saying real quick, because
I love
I'm
you,
the
Daddy.
one that told him this. I said it feels like 2005 Patriots, where you're like,
I didn't even
Brady,
pick a year.
they're washed up. They're washed up. They're just not. They're not. They're not going to come back. And then he won 4 more. So this is where we're at. These boys are generational. They know how to win, and they can win. And it's totally. And their coach, elite, best in the league. Anything can happen here. To say it's going to be a runaway.
I don't think anybody said that.
No. But I'm just saying, if anyone thinks Ravens got this in the bag, as if like the Chiefs were slipping in some sort of way, the Chiefs were slipping to the refs. So
Slipping that cash.
I want to talk about a couple things that you talk about that generational, and you're talking about their offense. I think that while the Ravens have been quietly the number 1 seed, one of the more quiet number 1 seeds always, because it's always about Lamar and the Ravens. It's never about the Ravens.
I questionally say what
No.
I just told you a while ago.
Hold on.
I think the Niners also are too, though.
No, because there's no pressure on Purdy for some reason. It's kind of weird. It's like it's all about Shanahan and McCaffrey and all that when they talk, and they have been
Well,
quiet.
I think they just think they're gonna win.
No, that's what
I
I'm
think they just had a coast, but that's why I think.
But I think-
I think the lines are, and that's why I think
But I think
Packers
there's
did so well.
There's a lot of rooters against Lamar. You being one of them. I mean, you said
I
he was
was.
shit, and
And he's still not won a Super Bowl, and they paid him a lot of money.
I'm not. And they've paid a lot of
And
quarterbacks
this might
a lot
be
of money.
one of his best teams that he ever gets. So I mean,
Okay,
me to be
best
wrong, they better
teams
get it
are
together.
best teams around him is what I'm saying. So then we talk about Kelsey and we talk about Mahomes and we talk about no receivers. I mean, you look at the defense.
how they had the
the
defense
defense
carried him.
yes, Kansas City's defense has carried them the whole
Can you
year.
name anybody on that defense besides Gay?
Jones.
It's Jones. Yeah, I mean he's number
Jones
1.
and Gay.
Yeah, And that's
Anyone else? But they carried him.
No, they really do. But Spagnuolo gets no credit. Former head coach of the Giants. The guy is a hell of a
You know what I'm going to
coordinator.
give credit to? I'm going to give credit to
been-
every asshole who's a commentator that doesn't say Spagnuolo and just says, Coach Spags, Coach Spags.
Yeah.
Look at Spags over there. Say his name, damn it.
So, fewest points.
Say his full damn name.
Can you tell me the two teams that had the fewest points in the NFL this year given up? There's two.
Buffalo Bills
Okay, that's one. You
and the
think
Kansas City Chiefs.
Chiefs are number 2? Can you name number 1? Fewest points?
Browns.
No, it's the Ravens. That's my whole point. You never think about the Ravens getting all the credit for the defense. This is one of the better defenses that it's another no-name defense, like you said.
I know they're
like
playing
the
the
Chiefs.
Bengals twice without Joe Burrow. They're playing Kenny Pickett and Mitch Trubisky twice, and Joe whoever the fuck was a quarterback when they were playing.
Yeah, but I mean
they played those people 6 times. Relax.
But they took 2 teams out of that playoff, that division. 2 teams
'Cause
made the
they're playing
playoffs.
each other.
Hold on, the whole thing. And did the Pittsburgh Steelers have a losing record?
No.
What the Bengals finish? Pretty sure they finished about 500 too.
I don't think they had a losing record.
Exactly.
They
So
were not-
to
They-
say
they had
that,
the same record as the.
to say that's a bad that's a bad stat line. To say that, I mean they're undefeated now. If you're going to play against the Patriots, or what's the other shit division?
I don't know, but you bored the fuck out of me.
How about
South.
Tampa? How about
NFC,
Tampa? There you
AFC
go.
South,
How about
NFC
Tampa?
South.
I mean, their defense was weak, and they played against 3 of the shittiest offenses. Carr was okay, but I mean, you got Atlanta half-ass, and you got obviously the worst, Carolina.
Boy, I just went to sleep on
No,
that.
I'm just saying no one's giving credit to the defense, and whoever wins.
No!
When Lamar wins tomorrow, woo! You'll hear it all about it on News Channel 6.
Finally, because they beat a good defense. Exactly. I think the defense wins the game. It's not about the
They lost to
offense.
the Browns defense,
E- e-
and they lost to the Steelers defense.
Everybody's going to cut, which is good defenses.
I
Yeah,
know.
But they also
And
beat
now they're
those.
about
exactly.
Yeah.
So to come in here,
different scenarios, I think. I mean, we got different quarterback issues. I think Trubisky played the next one. Or Mason
Still-
Rudolph,
still the
big
defense.
OSU guy, that came in. And
no, I thought he
cleaned
was
up.
the better quarterback the whole year.
Remember,
was
they
Rudolph.
also lost to
Oh,
the
Kenny.
Colts.
He had a great game.
Games.
Games.
Let's see,
He had
they
a
beat
great
the hell
game.
out of the
Hey, would you pull that up,
Lions.
Sean? Is that the Steelers?
Yeah, look at great
No,
game.
Steelers schedule.
Well, that last one was. That's the first one.
Pull up the Steelers schedule.
Yeah, he had a great game.
Game.
How many
think he
games do you
only
think
played
he
two.
played?
Game.
You think he played the last 3?
Last 2.
Who?
Oh, he played the Bills one too, so last 3, yeah.
Who are we talking about here?
Go up, Sean.
You said last. This
Last-
is the end of the goddamn
That's
season.
the first. Go up.
Why would they put the preseason then?
Go up. Niners was the last. How do you do on that one?
49ers was the first game of the season. They started the season against the Niners. It goes
Steelers
like this. This is postseason right here. Yes, the season started at the Niners.
Sean, I'm sorry, you're wrong.
Yeah, you're really wrong.
I'm really sorry.
You're really
You're
wrong.
wrong. Yeah.
See what the date on that game was.
Yeah.
And then yell louder next time if you would.
Please.
Ooh, maybe he's right.
Damn it! All right, go back.
But hold on,
hold on. Because that Baltimore one, I don't think
You're
it's
saying that September ends after December now.
No. Is the date on there? Do I see it? I'm missing a date.
It's right here.
Oh, okay.
Okay, go back.
Yeah, okay, go back.
Go back. And then scroll down to the first one that you've seen. Yeah, the Ravens one. The
That
win.
was the last game of the season.
Why did they do that then?
Because they weren't starting the starters.
No.
Huntley, Rudolph,
no.
all that. They were
So
just
what was his
playing.
last 3
So we
games?
beat Baltimore twice.
No.
We beat him both times.
Sean, I just wanted the last 3 games.
That's why I was confused.
Oh, you did? Okay, so you did beat.
Yeah, you were
So that's where I got confused. The 17 and 10. That's why I thought that was the
You were
first
so
game.
right. Go back down though. But the last, how many games they win? The last 3.
Yeah,
Okay, thank you.
they went
and
on
that
a
was
3-game streak.
And that was with Rudolph. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
Lost the postseason one. Click on the Bengals one, though. Who played that game?
Man,
This is against Joe
I wonder
Burrow,
why they
too.
set that up.
Mason.
No, it wasn't.
what?
That's the end of the,
Set
end
what
of the
up?
year.
No Joe Burrow.
Oh, okay.
What do you mean, set what up?
No, it's how they set that up, the format.
So, it's,
Rudolph.
Rudolph again. Yeah, thank you.
all right, go to the next one. I swear he had a bad game in there somewhere. Seahawks, click that one.
No, Kenny Pickett, or that would be that other. Oh, yeah, Joe, thank you. Yeah, Mitchell.
I
Mitchell.
said the Seahawks, the middle one. Yeah.
Pickett wasn't there. Pickett was injured the rest of the
Not
season.
Pickett, I meant Trubisky.
God, those are all great stats.
Thank you. That's what I'm saying. He was the best quarterback. And then one of the coach of the GMs comes
I
out
guess
for the
what I'm
Steelers.
thinking of. I mean, he picked
You're
the Ravens
thinking
when
way
they
wrong.
set the entire
Thinking way wrong,
roster.
dude. Way wrong. You're just wrong.
Who
Wrong.
did he beat? He beat the Seahawks with Pete Carroll on his way out. He beat the.
And they almost made the playoffs, the Seahawks, at the end of the year.
They did.
So it's just wrong. But anyway, how'd we get off on that tangent? I'm sorry, folks. We get off.
Yeah, sorry. I thought that they split. That's why I was confused. I knew that we beat them 17-10, so I figured it was the first game instead of the last. But I guess we beat
it
them
looks
twice.
like both games were 17-10.
Yeah, that's what confused me. That's why I thought it was the first of the year.
No, you guys started off against the Niners. I kept.
And so you give shit
And
about.
I remember that now.
And thank you for pulling that up, Sean, because he gives shit about Baltimore playing the AFC North. Every team had a winning record in that division.
They did.
And you give shit on the defense who had
What
fewest
is?
points.
I wonder what Lamar's record is against his own division though.
Who cares? We're talking
This
about
year.
this year.
Oh, just the people that see him often. Another reason. I mean, that's been said before.
Cow turd talk.
Yeah, dude.
Cow
That's
turd
true.
talk. He got a stat. And he's like, I'm gonna play this.
He can only beat NFC teams, dude. I mean, he beat a rookie team, but let's see how he does against Chiefs
He's
tomorrow.
the one
We'll
seed.
figure it out.
He's the one seed.
Yeah.
So he already beat.
Look how many NFC teams he beats and how many AFC teams.
I mean,
he
didn't they
beats.
beat Houston last week? They're an AFC team, aren't they? They're not.
No.
Houston's not an AFC team.
Yeah,
oh, missed that.
Full of rookies. But I mean,
They're a UFL. UFL
AFC
team.
loss. AFC win, right?
Yeah.
AFC.
Win.
AFC.
Win. Win.
AFC.
Lost to the Browns by 2.
There's no Joe Burrow. We cannot use
AFC.
the Bengal ones at all.
AFC.
Lost to the Colts.
Burrow.
Bengals
Burrow.
again.
Yeah, I mean, lost to the Colts.
AFC.
And by 3.
But look at his AFC losses.
The Colts, the Browns,
But they play-
and the Steelers.
But they play
and then
more
the Bengals
AFC.
without Joe Burrow.
But they
he wouldn't
play-
even have been a 1 seed if Joe Burrow played all year.
Oh,
That's
of
my
course. Oh,
excuse.
of course. Yes.
Oh my God! All right, are we done? Can we move on? It's a 56 minutes.
Yeah,
in.
we're about done.
Yeah, I'm done shitting on Lamar Jackson. I'm sorry to the fans out there. I was a
I'm
little
not.
bit wrong.
I like shitting on Lamar Jackson.
But we'll see what he does
I like
tomorrow
voodoo.
against a team that is generational, and he has the best team that's ever been around
21-17.
him. Correct?
Who are you going with?
I'm taking Baltimore.
Okay.
Baltimore.
Zach.
34-31 Chiefs.
Because that's what the logo says. The logo says Baltimore.
B for bad. The
27.
K and the C is for continued success.
27
Continued cheating.
27-17, I think the defense for KC
Chandler.
actually holds them well, and I think that sorry.
God, nobody cares what you
think
think.
Baltimore-
You've just read fucking stats all night. I fell
I
asleep.
did read stats. I mean,
you did
got
read it.
Sirius XM is fucking.
No,
hard.
I
He
mean,
just sits there and he's like,
I mean, that's an interesting
"This
stat.
would be good for my fans to hear again if they listen to any other
No,
podcast."
I mean, who mentioned that 67% of the people on the 49ers have won as many playoff games as the Lions have won ever?
Who in
In their
fuck
franchise.
would look that up or care? This is a completely new
Twitter.
This-
No, I didn't find that on
This
Twitter,
is a
actually.
completely new
Where did you find it?
era of
Tell
the
us where you
Detroit
found
Lions,
it.
obviously.
Tell us where you found it.
Obviously.
No, but I mean, that's the whole point of the story that everyone
you're
is
talking about the
leaning
49ers
on.
in their last 3 years being good, and now
Four
the
NFC
Lions being
four NFC
kinda
championships since
Four.
2019.
4 NFC championships.
Good. Yeah,
That's pretty good.
and a Super Bowl loss.
Pretty good. And a Super Bowl.
2
loss.
Super Bowl losses. Shit.
Was there 2? I thought there was 1.
Was Shanahan there for the first Super? No, that was Harbaugh.
Yeah,
That's
Harbaugh
been-
lost to his
It's
brother.
been
10 years,
longer than
10 years.
19
Yeah, but that
ago.
was-
But
I
like
Yeah,
just
I was
said-
in Montgomery at that
Yeah, I
time.
just said since 2019
Yeah,
they had
no-
4 NFC
oh, I know.
championships.
And a Super Bowl
Not 10
loss.
years.
All right,
Yeah.
what are we doing? What are we going to talk about? We're going to talk about Harbaugh ghosting.
Talk about coaching, yeah. Let's talk about
You want to talk
coaching.
about Harbaugh ghosting Michigan and slipping on down to
I don't think
Chargers?
so. I
Ghosting?
think they knew that.
Yeah, he won a national title. He's like, hey, it's time to go.
Yeah, he also has
He's been
numerous
approached-
violations.
He's been approached.
What about all the violations?
He's been approached the last 2 years, probably committing
probably
those same
approaches
violations
hookers, too.
by several NFL teams. And he said no. I
He
wanna
approaches
win, and he
street
did, and now
workers
he's gone.
and tries to pay for it.
That's
He-
what people wish for.
He came in and
What?
said he was going to make Michigan. He's a Michigan guy. He's going to build that brand
Really,
back
I
up.
forgot about that.
No, he's going to build that brand up,
he
and that's
did,
exactly
and,
what he
and
did.
it's got a
I mean, you got to give him credit.
nice and
Even
warm
if he
and ready
had
for
to
someone
cheat to
continue
win.
that. And that's respectable, and
He
no one in Michigan
did
hates
the
it.
Eddie Guerrero cheat to win.
No, I mean, I think that you can't really talk. I mean, for the NCAA to give infractions to anybody right now is just horseshit. So they should go away. Everyone's getting paid. It doesn't matter what your visits are or whatever. That's just them trying to be relevant.
Kenny,
and
this
they
is
are no longer
sign stealing.
They are no longer relevant.
I don't know where you jumped in on the NIL. I'm talking about the sign
I said the
stealing.
NCAA, and I was bringing an example of the NIL. The NCAA needs to allow the coaches
to sign steal.
No, listen to me. They put the helmets, the mics in the helmet like they do in the NFL. It's already been fucking done. It's been proven. And then you don't have to have signs. You just phone it in.
Why don't we just do what the blind people do, or the deaf people?
And then when they didn't have the sign stealing,
just know the deaf people.
In the playoffs, they still won.
No,
it's over.
They were already doing that anyway.
Stop it. AT&T has got the deaf people commercial. Who
when they
football,
were sign stealing, they lost.
And you put in the deaf people
I think it
thing.
helped them to not.
You put in the deaf people thing, and the thing's right there. The play's there.
Well, no, they just beat
in
Ohio
just tap
State.
it.
That was the key. Then they made the playoff, and then TCU
Sure.
allegedly changed their plays. But I think if you just put microphones in the helmets of the linebacker
Microphone.
or whatever defense player you want, and then and your quarterback, and then you get rid of everyone holding up them dumbass signs with different pictures.
Because it
and
really blocks your
You get
view
rid of a
from
lot of waste
when you're
on that
watching,
sideline.
And the
Simple as
tent.
that.
Get rid of the stupid tent because we can't see the football.
But you know
game
who's prohibiting
when
that?
we're down that far.
You know who's prohibiting that? It's NCAA. The NCAA's a joke. I mean, prohibiting them to do the microphones. Do what the NFL does. The NFL is a cutting-edge league, and that's why they have the billions and the people and everything.
Didn't they buy a lot of their tech from the XFL when the XFL went out the first time?
And then they turn around.
Cutting edge.
And then the NCAA turns around and goes, nah, we got to be different because I want to be different. Listen, give the NCAA the basketball. And you talk about the biggest cheaters. I mean, you talk about Kansas basketball, all the cheating violations they had, and no post-tournament bans. And you have,
when you do that, he just like tries to do it.
And
more.
you have a former.
He just talks louder, puts his hand closer. And then he keeps going. He's like, listen.
No, and then last year OSU, the Cowboys, they have a post-tournament ban for a former coach. It's just bullshit. The NCAA needs to go away. There should not be any more penalties. It's a free-for-all. It is what it is. It is what it is.
All right, well. And ladies and gentlemen, there's Kenny Wiest. Why the NCAA should be dissolved.
They should. I mean, and it's going to happen. Mark my words.
As a governing body.
Goodell's like, it's time to make this a real deal.
But yeah, let's just make more money.
They're making more money than their players now.
I say we just start recruiting in the NFL straight out of high school.
Hold on. No, they are for the young ones, and that's what's going to.
Dude, in my mouth.
I wasn't in your mouth, and I'm not over your computer area yet. But anyway, no, I'm just saying. I mean, that's what that's what they're doing. Is the NFL is going to have to change.
A lot of screaming for 5 minutes. Get to the point. What
are
we talking about?
Jesus Christ.
Oh, I'm done.
I was talking about coaches. I was talking about Harbaugh going to NCAA.
Yeah, he didn't go.
You started bitching about his penalties.
Isn't it crazy that he goes
the penalties for sign stealing?
It's like, who gives a shit?
I said the penalties for sign stealing. I never brought up the NIL violation.
No, I said that was an example.
Ohio State gives a huge fuck, but besides that, nobody gives a fuck.
That's because they keep
what about Bill O'Brien? That's where he went. He went to Ohio State.
Yes. Well, let's just get
Never mind. I thought he went in. Yeah. Bill O'Brien went all the way to Ohio State.
Moving on. Is Belichick going to get a job?
No.
And all the players that left,
everyone.
No.
Consensus no. Belichick does not get hired.
Atlanta.
They already hired Raheem Morris.
Oh, did they?
This guy is so behind. What he posted yesterday, God, it was so crazy.
The Roadhouse.
Oh my God, he's like, they're redoing Roadhouse. It's like
I watched the trailer 6 months ago.
Yeah, it's like they did like a thing for it while you were here on live TV like a year and a half ago.
Nope.
He's like, did you hear about the Roadhouse remake? Or what was
you know
it?
I've taken a lot of shots to the
the
head.
Defensive coordinator that we hired, who was it?
Oh, what, Zach Alley?
Or who's the OC? Did we hire a different OC?
Oh yeah, it's Seth Luttrell.
Yeah, we laugh because me and Kenny talk about this, and then in the group chat, you'll send it 2 days later. We just hired Luttrell. We're like,
well, he works a weird schedule.
Yeah, but I don't talk.
He was like, I was sleeping for the last 24 hours.
No,
actually, I've been watching horror movies and playing video games.
No, so I want to talk. We'll talk about the coaching as we wrap this up. We're a little over an hour.
Wrap this out.
So Raheem Morris got the Atlanta job, which was the only job that Belichick interviewed allegedly.
There's no interview. What do you interview him about?
Well, for one,
Raheem Morris.
No, what do you interview Bill Belichick?
That's a good point. I saw one tweet.
How are you with hookers?
No, Bill Belichick is interviewing you.
That's what I saw. That tweet. It said you just got interviewed by Bill Belichick.
Yeah.
You did
what
not.
about Carolina?
Yeah, you're not
Is that
interviewing
still
him.
open?
No, Dave Canales, Tampa Bay's offensive coordinator, got that job. and got a
Seattle?
But to say
5-year.
that they hired someone over Bill Belichick,
Seattle.
Bill Belichick was like, probably not what I'm looking
Seattle?
It's open. There's 2 jobs opening, and I'm pretty sure I know who's going to get. Seattle's going to go to Mike McDonald, the Ravens defensive coordinator, and I think that Washington.
That's right, Mike McDonald, the singer.
for. So
Yeah.
the Commanders are going to...
Ben,
Oh, yeah,
Ben
Washington.
Johnson. Ben
Washington.
Johnson is going to hire
Washington.
the
Ray?
Lions
The Rays?
offensive coordinator. Yeah.
Oh, man.
Which I would not hire him because he didn't use Gibb as well as I thought he should. But that could be on the running back coach, though.
That
so,
could be the
yeah.
fact that
Who's
it's a
the
rookie.
New Orleans coach?
Allen.
I thought he got.
No,
they
he's
brought
going
him
to get.
back.
No, he fired all the offensive staff.
Yeah, he
What about
probably-
Carolina?
They hired Dave Canales.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. We just talked. Were you
What
for
was the
2
other
seconds
one?
ago?
The other one that the Eagles. Yeah, I guess they're going to give Sirianni one more year. That's where I thought Belichick would go. Would be the Eagles.
I thought the Titans.
I said
You,
he-
you
I
don't
said-
think that he
I
might
said-
take a
I said he would go
analysis role or a
Belichick?
yeah.
TV.
Mr. Personality type?
TV.
Hell no.
Oh my
He'd be
god.
perfect.
I'd
on
bet
TV.
against that.
They'd like, go into Bill, and Bill would be like, yes.
They're like,
Thanks, Bill.
well, what did you think about the 4 touchdowns? I mean, he really had an outstanding game. Well,
Played well.
I
What
think
kind
it
of
was
the-
a very
what
good
kind of-
game, and he did play well.
What kind of idiot is he?
You can't see that.
Why did he run when he wasn't supposed
no,
to
I
run?
mean,
Would
I
you
think
run that?
no, I think
Would
some.
you
I
run
think
that?
I think ESPN's missing out on
Oh.
having Belichick and
Oh.
Saban on the same.
Oh, yeah,
Broadcast.
that would be cool.
Oh, here's a
That
question.
would be really cool.
Who's the better coach, Saban or?
Belichick.
Saban, hands down,
Okay.
100%.
No, actually, I'm gonna go Belichick
I'm gonna go Saban.
because I think the recruiting thing is cool. But once you're Alabama, after you got past
Your
like the 2 national
team-
titles,
but-
everybody just went to play there because they want to play SEC. And I
not
mean, you just have
everybody
to have a
went- but
pulse.
not everybody
You know
went to
what I
play
mean?
the thing is that you have a turnover, and I was thinking about this. You have a turnover at least every 4 years. You got to look at that. Every 4 years, you're losing players.
But you're getting the
Whereas-
best in the
I'd say
nation because
3.
you're in the SEC and
Yeah,
you're the top dog in
whereas
the SEC.
whereas Belichick
You started the year. Every
could
year
sign
is
his
never
players
one
and keep
on
those
the
players
AP
as
poll.
long as he wanted.
Let him talk. Hold on.
Well, Belichick could sign the players and keep them as long as he wanted. I mean, Brady, Gronk, he had defensive players that were there.
A lot of those people he drafted too.
Right, but they were there. So Saban is constantly having a higher turnover rate.
But did you hear what I
But
said?
trying
I
to
mean,
keep the
AP
success.
poll, you start at number 1 in the nation every year.
That does help.
You get the best recruits possible.
Oh,
You're
you
in the
did it, but
SEC.
you did it, but we fell out.
Oh, you did? No, they do. Every year they have since Saban's been there.
Oh, you?
Saban
No,
has.
they never. Yeah,
In
Saban,
Alabama.
not OU. Yeah,
Yeah.
No,
Every
we-
year.
we were top.
Every year.
10-ish.
So, I mean, if you're...
Yeah, but we used to.
After 2005, we were after 2008.
It's kind of like
sorry, we were done.
Venables. If Venables was to win a national title, then win another national title, then everybody starts playing for us, and we'd win like 4 more.
Okay, so
That's just how that goes.
You can't compare it to right now. It's a little different.
I'm
because
not
the money.
talking about right now. I'm
Okay.
talking about in 10 years
Gotcha.
or whatever. You
Well,
know
we
what I
tried
mean?
that with Stoops, who made 4 national championship games, won 1 and made 4 in 8 years.
But you couldn't win one. You couldn't win them, and that was the problem. That's why you didn't get those recruits while people were winning.
And Snaky Riley got us to the playoffs.
That was also a
Oh,
different.
that-
That was also a different time too, because there wasn't someone like Saban around,
Well,
which
yes.
says a lot about him
Well,
Well,
Saban was coaching
So
at the
we
same
lost
time.
in 03 to Saban.
Yeah.
with LSU.
Yeah.
But I meant like there wasn't someone with him at Alabama just winning like.
Only waited 2 years. He was
Constant.
only gone 2 years, then came to Alabama.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he had 1 losing
Yeah, I know-
record.
I know.
Yeah.
In
Or,
03.
yeah. No, it was his first
03.
year at Alabama, and it wasn't even losing
I meant
record.
03 is when we lost to.
Yeah.
Because we do that pass with a.
And let me argue this
Jumped up
point. I'm
quarterback.
going to argue the point that
We've lost a lot of national title games.
4 under
Yeah.
Stoops.
Well, just recently.
4
No.
under Stoops.
Uh-huh.
What's the other ones? Oh, okay. So
We went
USC,
to 4, sorry.
You kept the
USC,
playoffs.
lost,
USC,
Florida, lost,
LSU. Yeah, we were 1 and 3.
The Florida one, God's against us, bro.
We
no,
had that
no,
one.
DeMarco.
That, we had that one.
And that was also the most generational like team, one of them of all time. And Urban
was.
Meyer was on meth.
Tebow went deep in the NFL.
I still think LSU 2019 team is the best college
One
football
of the best
team.
college football teams I've ever seen in my life.
Oh yeah, for sure.
When you look at the NFL talent that's still there, minus Joe Burrow. I mean,
I know it's crazy to think
he's okay.
Joe Burrow,
But those
had
wide receivers,
Justin
Mamma
Jefferson,
Mia.
DJ
Oh,
Moore,
deep.
and Jamar
Chase.
Chase. Like, I remember
Those are-
the OU game. I swear they were up like 45, just throwing bombs in the end zone, and
Yeah.
it was like. We kept bringing it to our halftime show. I'm like, halftime? I remember I was like, dear God. And I was like, they're going to get 100 points.
I think when you compare Saban and Belichick, I think there's a couple things. I blame what Saban done without Brady should show a lot. I think
Belichick.
that Belichick. I meant. I think that Belichick's
What
a
did Saban
great.
do without Brady?
Nothing.
Okay.
But I think
Just making sure.
Sorry, but I think Belichick is one of the
That was
greatest.
at Michigan State.
No, I think he's one of the greatest defensive minds of all time.
I think he got a little ego at the end with the drafting and shit like that.
And I
that's
think he's a
also why they
horrible
released him.
pro personnel player. He got lucky with Brady.
Didn't he at one
He tried to
time-
get rid of Brady for
Well, hold on.
Pretty in the Face. What's his name?
Pretty in the face.
Joe
Joe
the old Raven. I think he's at the Raiders still.
Oh,
Help
Carr.
me, help me, help me.
Tannehill?
No.
Tannehill?
Who was Brady's backup?
Oh,
They got rid-
Capistrano.
Oh, got you.
not Joe Girardi.
And he's not
what
there.
is it?
Garoppolo.
He's at the
Garoppolo.
Raiders.
Yes, Garoppolo.
You said
there,
Titans.
Joe Girardi.
Oh, I'm sorry. There
Girardi.
was some rumors that he wanted to get rid of Brady and put him in because
Yeah.
he was a backup. But no, I mean, I'm Saban for what he done during the generation. And Sean's right a little bit because of the turnover. Because he was
Hold
only.
on.
Well, let me finish. He was losing coaches and players more often than Belichick was getting to pick.
Yeah, he's definitely
his.
losing coaches. He was losing a lot of coaches.
And
Okay, but
His coaching
but also
turnover-
the Patriots, they did go through a lot of different people. I mean, that
But
guy
hold
won-
on, but you've
Brady
got
was winning Super Bowls.
you've got
with a lot of different
Hold
people.
on now.
They
I'm
went
gonna,
through less coaches.
I'm going to give you the biggest fact, though, that you guys need to know on. It'll prove you right and you
Let's
wrong.
chew it up, boys.
Look at the record for the AFC North teams while Belichick and
Oh,
Brady
fuck
were
off.
at
I'm
their
not even-
we're at their
Who
greatest.
they have? Mark Sanchez,
Yeah.
Dolphins ass, blah blah blah.
Yes,
All right, folks, I'm
exactly.
out of here. I was glad to be back.
Yeah.
I do have a question. Didn't
God.
where's he going?
I'm done.
Shifting the table. Now, didn't Belichick at one point try to be GM or
He has been
player
doing that.
personnel
No,
type?
he's been doing the
Has
player
he been doing the
that's
multiple roles?
That's been the problem. That's been the problem.
Okay.
Yeah, that has been the problem.
All right. So is that it?
That's it.
That's it. Ladies
Hey, go
and-
Thunder! Number one in the West currently right now, the 1 seed, one of the
Hold on,
youngest
I gotta-
teams in the
I gotta
NBA. I mean,
this
that's
off.
that
That
is pretty amazing.
That.
And
Oh,
saw a puffer jacket walk by.
I know. Like a little penguin just came in. Hey, little penguin.
One of our fans in the windows looking
Hey,
at
little
us.
penguin.
All right, thank you all for joining us
All right.
for this episode. Look forward to this week's games.
Everybody.
We'll preview Super Bowl next week.
Will we?
Yes, we will.
Okay.
And then we'll preview Super Bowl next week, and then we'll see you Saturday. Let's do Saturday.
It doesn't matter.
All right, we'll see you Saturday. We'll preview
All right, I guess
Super
we'll go
Bowl. All
Saturday.
right, thanks. See y'all. Bye.
All right, bye, everybody.
You say